Alrighty, welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft. I'm on the same team as Newmont, and I opened a time walk. The recording took a sec to start, but took a time walk, passing a bunch of decent stuff. Oh, and we followed up with a Hole Breacher. This is kind of the dream start. I'm getting passed to by Twinless Twin and passing to Juju Bean, so in between two good players, but really happy to be second picking Hole Breacher after first picking time walk here. Also passing a Smuggler's Copter. I passed a bunch of cards that weren't very notable, to be honest. And I don't think we're going to get much back except maybe Echo of Eons. Yeah, there's enough playables here that I would not be surprised if that came back. All right, pick 3. Fealty to the Realm is a 5-mana enchantment. You put it on a creature. The monarch you become the monarch controls the creature, and the creature attacks each turn, but it can't attack you. I have had mixed results with this card. I haven't been super impressed with it. There's Wheel of Misfortune, which is a Wheel of Fortune, except it only works on the player that bid the lowest life total, or paid the most life, rather. I'm not really that impressed with either of them. I might just take Wasteland because it's colorless, or I could take a Braid because red-blue is just traditionally a really good combination. I think I'll just take a Braid. I have not been impressed with Fealty to the Realm. It has not been very good for me. Okay. Let me see if I just want to try one thing. Yeah, sometimes getting behind. Oh, I had to start recording. I was just like, okay, but I saw a time walk. I'm like, well, we gotta get this snappy. Can't miss out on a time walk. Hole Breacher start. Next, we're looking for draw 7s. The Wheel of Misfortune doesn't really count. Haven't seen much good black so far. It's only a couple picks in. I mean, this pack's also just not that deep of a pack. There's like Wasteland, Elite Spellbinder, Bonfire. All right, so this pack has Spellseeker, which goes and gets Time Walk. Yeah, that's pretty hard to pass up. I do like Subtlety. I found this card to be pretty good, and it's good with draw 7s, because if you're in a deck with draw 7s, you're like, pitch cast Subtlety on your 2-drop, cast my draw 7 on turn 3, but I don't think I should pass Spellseeker when I have Time Walk. Just being able to draft around Time Walk is so powerful, and there's not much else in this pack. There's Archangel, Garrick, Talisman, Disrupt, Odawara. I mean, I really don't mind starting with those. All right, so here we have Fallen Shinobi, which is kind of nice with Spellseeker and Hole Breacher as just cards that can maybe get in. We have Faithless Looting, and if I knew I was wheeling Echo of Eons, I'd be a little more prone to take it, but it's kind of a weak card on its own. I might just take Retrofitter Foundry. I think that's the best overall card besides maybe like Armageddon. I even already have a Braid, so artifact removal is not that enticing. All right, let's take Retrofitter. Oh, I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to take Lion's Eye Diamond here. First of all, a 6-pick Lion's Eye Diamond is pretty nice, even though Twinless Twin, I'm sure, knows they passed all those. And maybe the Echo comes back. Sets up an Underworld Breach if I ever get one. And I'm giving up a Badlands and a Mishra's Bauble. I don't think that that's a huge opportunity cost for a card that could be one of the most important cards in the deck. So, happy to be taking that. And obviously I'm not going to get an Underworld Breach this pack, but who knows? I could find one in another pack. This pack, let's see. I've got Thieving Skydiver and Fiery Eyelid are the cards I'm most interested in. There's also Kaito Dancing Shadow, but I don't see a reason to go into another color, especially since red-blue fits these cards so nicely. Let's just take the Skydiver. I think it's a very good card. Also would be good against me, which is not nothing. I think drafting with that in mind is also important in a team draft. And whoa, so now there's a Watery Grave, so there is that blue-black source, but there's also Baleful Strix, and this kind of pick's always hard, because it's like, do you take the blue-black land or your first black card? There's also Bitter Reunion, but that's more of a Reanimator, like a red-black Reanimator thing. I think I might just take Baleful Strix, though. It's really strong. If I get the mana for it, that's awesome. I think it's such a strong card that I'd rather start by taking it than the mana. This is pack 9. This is my opening pack. Winter Orb Wield, Lingering Souls Wield, Gonti is not bad. I mean, if I end up in like a blue-black kind of control-ish deck. There's also Winter Orb because I might end up with an artifact deck and I really would want Urza to go with it. But I think in the dark, Gonti's a little bit better. All right, if Echo Viens comes back, I will be really happy here. Okay, let's see if we can spike here. That would be really nice. Unfortunately not. Hall of Storm Giants did come back. It's also a red-black land. So they're both creature lands. One's mono blue, which I know I'm blue. The other's red-black, which would actually fix my mana with Abrade and Gonti and Baleful Strix if I ended up playing all three colors. There's also Dark Confidant, which actually looks kind of nice in this deck. Oh, you know what? I kind of think I'm just going to take Dark Confidant. I think that the odds that I'm like a low curve blue-black deck seems high enough. I guess, low curve. I'll put a Braid in the board because I'm not necessarily going to be there, and I'll just take Scarab God here. I do like Scarab God in if you're straight blue-black. I'll just cut Hypnotic Spectre. I don't really care about passing Nahiri and Garruk here. And this looks like a pretty good start. Oh, perfect Wheeling of Fallen Shinobi. Yeah, this is a really good sign. This Lion's Eye Diamond pick doesn't look like it's panning out right now, but I think this is totally fine. Though the Dark Confidant's looking a little less good now that I picked up two expensive cards. I think Sakura Tribe Builder is more likely to be good than Ephemerate. Last pick Kaito. I like that card. All right, I'm totally in for this. This looks like a great start to me. And yeah, let's see what else we can open here. Jace the Mind Sculptor. All right, Jace isn't what he used to be, but with Time Walk is still really good. Also, the next best card in the pack is like Steam Vents, which I'm not in dire need of. Fast Bond, which if I pick up some draw 7s to go with this whole Breacher, I would like, but the Echo didn't wheel, which is a shame. That card does sometimes wheel. It's also like a Ren 6, but I'm very far from using that. There's also a Thalia. I'll just pass that and not worry about it too much. Oh, next pack. This is like the easiest Thoughtseize in my life, though I wish Alpha Frog would change the art on this because it looks ridiculous. 1 mana Disruption. Also, you can spell Seeker for it. As much as I want Prismatic Vista, like I would love a dual land, I'm going to take Thoughtseize, and I don't think anything will wheel in terms of like Fatal Push or Ponder, but it's definitely possible one of Talisman or Cryptic Command might wheel, especially Talisman if no one else is blue-black. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. This is a very strong start, and let's see what else we can get here. Oh, this is a tough one. Because on the one hand, Dak Vaden is an excellent card. I do have a Thieving Skydiver, but Dak Vaden is still just really, really good. Tears through your deck, good with Time Walk. But you know what? Jace Vryn's Prodigy is also really good with Time Walk and Thoughtseize. And I would kind of rather not splash in this deck. I have double black cards, double blue cards, and just a lot of blue and black cards. So I think I take Jace, passing Dak Vaden, which I don't love to do, but Jace is, I think, a lot stronger for this deck. This isn't really an iteration deck. I don't really want Shieldred over Grave Titan, but I might just take Mindstone over both. I've got 2 good 4-drop Planeswalkers, a Gonti. I guess Fallen Shinobi is kind of more a 4-drop, and Scarab God. I think Mindstone is going to be better for this deck. I don't really need another expensive card, and I like it more than Pentad Prism here. So let's just take Mindstone and fire it off here. We've had this ongoing saga with the dog where she just keeps trying to scratch on the baby's door as he's napping. So I've been a little distracted trying to be like coordinate, like, all right, who's getting the dog? Let's close this door. A dog's work is never done. So what does this deck not want more than anything else? Honestly, what this deck wants more than anything else is just acceleration. Mox Diamond or Chrome Mox would be excellent. Mindstone's kind of a start, but I mean, obviously, like a Mox would be great, but I'm not really holding my breath on that. Here, I'm probably going to have to take Xander's Lounge. A blue-black land is going to be more valuable for me than Ophiomancer. As much as I do like Ophiomancer, I've got a lot of spells and not a lot of lands here. And I think it's better than Vesuvian Drifter or Valky. So let's just slam a Xander's Lounge. Plus, you never know. I might end up with Breach in my deck. Like if I open Breach Pack 3 or something, I'll still probably take it. I could end up playing a Braid if my mana gets good enough. And even if I don't, Xander's Lounge makes it so like a red fetch now fixes blue-black. All right, so here it comes down to it because there's Infernal Grasp and Dothi Voidwalker. There's also Liliana the Veil, but I would rather take Infernal Grasp over Liliana. Speaking of Infernal Grasp, I think I do have to take it. There's 3 reasons. 1, double black versus 1 and a black is going to matter, given that I know I'm not getting Watery Grave. I'm not going to get like too many fetch lands. Like my mana base is already going to be like, not perfect. I'm probably going to have like 2 duels and a bunch of basics. The second is that I could Spell Seeker for Infernal Grasp. Adding a removal spell to the repertoire is nice. And likewise, Jace Vryn's Prodigy can flashback Infernal Grasp. So I think all of those things together mean that I'm supposed to take Infernal Grasp, as much as I do love Dothi Voidwalker. Here, it's basically which cantrip do I want, Brainstorm or Impulse. Oh, though there is a red-blue Talisman. Huh. This is absolutely not a Treasure Cruise deck. I have no fetches and not that many cheap spells. I think with all these good 4s, I actually don't mind another Talisman here. I think the cantrips are fine, but I'd rather just play a Talisman. Here it's Ether Channeler versus Shielder's Edict versus Opposition Agent. Consecrated Sphinx is like really low on that list. Really late Noble Hierarch. I'm going to take the Channeler because, first of all, I like it. Just a good card. Like, it always does something good, but another thing is it's really good with Fallen Shinobi. Turn 3 Channeler, make a 1/1 bird. You almost always get a Shinobi hit in after that. And that is really sick. I guess I'm not going to play a blue-green Talisman at this point. Like 2 Mana Rocks is good. I think I'm most likely going to want to just hate the Nissa. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Neither Cryptic nor the blue-black Talisman wield, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. And now, do I take a Damnation or do I hate a Crater Hoof? Well, the thing is, we did get past a Sakura Tribelder with 2 cards in the pack. So maybe Twin isn't playing green. Damnation would be really good in this deck. I have a lot of creatures, but I don't think that's that big of a deal because a lot of these are cantrip or flash creatures, replace themselves one way or another, and I have a bunch of planeswalkers. I'll take Colonnade. I could end up playing that. And, Grave Titan came back? Sure. With the 2 Signets especially, I'm happy to take that. I'll hate a Steel Seraph because the other 2 aren't very easily playable. All right, this is a very solid blue-black control deck, blue-black mid-range deck, whatever you want to call it. Oh, Lily came back? Sure. Black seems very open, at least in this direction. If I could pick up a couple lands, like a Mox Diamond would a regular, like a Mox Jet would be perfect. Oh, even a last pick Impulse just kind of for free. Yeah. Obviously a Mox would be perfect, but let's say Mox Diamond would be realistic and maybe a land or 2. That would be really nice. Okay, well, no dice on that. Unfortunately, we are passing a Fury, but there's an Urza and a Grief and a Counterspell, and a Dark Ritual, and an Ancient Tomb. Wow. A lot of cards I want. Man, this is hard. On the one hand, Urza's awesome with Retrofitter Foundry. I don't think it's going to be Counterspell. I already have like Thoughtseize and Infernal Grasp, Liliana. I've got some Disruption. I like Grief when you can reanimate it. It's a lot less good when you can't. Casting it's fine, pitching it is fine, but it's not like crazy good. Ancient Tomb would actually be really good in this deck. And so would Dark Ritual for that matter. Honestly, I think I just take Ancient Tomb. I have 2 Signets that casting it with Tomb is good. It works with Retrofitter. It's really good with all these casting costs, I think, and it's passing a really good card. A good colorless card. I don't think I'm going to get any of these cards back, though maybe Dark Ritual finds its way back, but I don't think I can afford to pass the rest. Oh, wow, look at this pack. It has Palace Jailer and Oko. And a Misty Rainforest. Oko, I don't have really any lands to splash. Which one's Bean more likely to take? I could just take Misty and pass both. The reason I would do that is if I take Oko and Bean's playing white, I just denied my team an Oko if I don't end up playing it. And I just don't really see a good way to put the card in this deck. If anything, I could splash a little red. Misty, on the other hand, gets Xander's Lounge. Yeah, I'm just going to take Misty and pass both, and that's just kind of painful. I don't know. I just don't think, given that I'm not going to play Oko. Oh, there's that Mox Diamond. See, I told you that was realistic. I'm going to take that over Bribery. It's not even close. All right, Mox Diamond really helps. If I had the Misty already, I could play the Oko, but I think given where we're at, passing Oko was fine. And then I need to find out whether Numat saw, basically, did you see Oko or Palace Jailer? All right, now I'll just take Verdant, and then now all of a sudden I actually have decent mana. Would have liked an untapped blue-black land, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And this looks pretty good. Oh, there's another blue-black land. Oh, there's a Breach. And I have Lion's Eye Diamond and Time Walk. And I have 3 fetch lands that get Xander's Lounge, plus a red-blue Talisman. All right, I think that's actually going to be better than taking Zagoth Triumph or Lurrus. Splashing Breach, Time Walk Breach is just a busted combination. And with a couple fetches to fill the graveyard too. All right, yeah, I mean, plus who knows, maybe I'll get a late Brain Freeze. Okay, Lion's Eye Diamond back on the menu. Probably cutting maybe a sideboard Damnation, Liliana, and one of the expensive cards. This pack, I could take a Rafine's Tower as another blue-black land, just another tap land. Or I could take a Thief of Sanity. Thief with Mox is pretty nice. A second tapped blue-black land doesn't seem all that intriguing. Let's just take the Thief of Sanity. And now there's a From the Catacombs, which is a great card, and a Jite. This actually looks like a fine Jite deck, and I don't think Bean's that likely to play Catacombs. Fairly likely to get to play Jite, so let's just take that. Stomping Ground would have also been good as an untapped red off of these, but I think this is okay. There's the blue-green land. I mean, I might just take it. Like, I don't think I'm going to play it, but I passed an Oko, so taking Fixing that goes with Oko makes sense. And who knows where we might end up. This is 25. I need to cut a couple cards. I mean, I could sideboard the GT against decks where, like creature decks. I might take Retrofitter Foundry out. I didn't end up with a lot of the mana generation I usually would like to play that card. And I could probably take out Dark Confidant. And I think of the expensive cards, I think I'd rather take out Scarab God and just leave Grave Titan. Counterspell Wheel. Dark Ritual did not. Well, I'm going to take the Counterspell. That is a good card. Sorry, Overgrown Tomb. As it turns out, I guess I could have taken the Oko. I picked up Verdant Trop, and I could have had Overgrown Tomb. But I wouldn't even want to take Overgrown Tomb over Counterspell. Probably take out Jite too. Look at this curve. And then it seems with like 4 red sources, it's just not that pricey to splash the Underworld Breach. Not really in a position to splash Sculler either. Just take the Trop. Oh, Zeotor's Proving Ground. Now, maybe it's just a red-black land basically, but I think that's fine. Forbid and Thirst. All right, Thirst is actually a card I might end up playing as well. It's just another way to kind of feed the Underworld Breach. And go with Ancient Tomb. Just hit a Sacred Foundry. Okay. I didn't think I was going to get past a Brain Freeze, but getting past a late Breach, I think actually will end up working out. This is 28 this is 17 lands plus a Mox Diamond, and I'm not playing just a couple decent cards. All right, I guess Porcelain Legionnaire is almost always better to hate. Oh, I actually will play the Stomping Ground. Okay. This looks like a pretty good deck. Let's take a look at deck building. Alrighty, time for round 1. Ended up, last couple cuts were Impulse and a Braid. We think they're all on green or white, so I want Damnation in the main deck and Gonti. And I have some good sideboard cards in Scarab God and Liliana if I need it. Round 1 against, nope, that's Kenji losing game 1, unfortunately. I don't know why these cards are so small. Round 1 against Jujubin. I'm on the draw here. And yeah, I'm going to keep this hand. I get to, if I draw a Swamp, then this hand becomes just incredible. So that's why I kept the hand, and that's why I drew a Swamp. Turn 1, Thoughtseize. Turn 2, Baleful Strix into, either Channeler or Time Walk. All right, well, I'm going to take Oko, leaving Titania and Wood Elves. And Wasteland as well, so I got to watch out for that. Okay. Unfortunate that I really don't want to play that land. The reason I don't want to play it into Wasteland is so Titania is 5 mana, 5/3. When it ETBs, you put a land from your graveyard onto the battlefield, and then whenever one of your lands goes to the graveyard from play, you get a 5/3. So if I play a Wasteland target, all that means is it's going to get Wasteland, and Titania is going to bring the Wasteland back. So I'm skillfully drawing no no cards that are not all basics here. Okay, hit, and I think I'm just going to pass and hope that Juju Bean draws a main phase card draw spell here. Otherwise, I'll just play the Hull Breacher end of turn anyway. And then maybe set up some sort of Ether Channeler attack turn. All right, I'm going to take it. I don't really want to ambush here. Okay, so we know about Wasteland, Titania, and the rest are just all unknowns. There goes the Wasteland. Lorien revealed. That'd be great. Hydroid Crisis? I would also accept a Crisis. Oh, it's just playing the Titania, just running it out. Sure. All right, well, I'm going to play Hull Breacher end of turn. Let's go. I've got a bunch of options here. I could attack and Time Walk. That seems kind of weak. I guess getting to play a land in Time Walk is probably pretty good. So let's just go Time Walk. Play a Proving Ground. I don't want to offer the trade with Hull Breacher here because I'm getting another turn. Yeah, land is nice because now I can go Infernal Grasp the Titania and land, and I think just play. Well, do I want to play Ether Channeler actually? I guess I should have just tapped the Proving Ground. No, I'm actually going to do this anyway and draw a card. Just get more creatures on the board, start getting some attacks in. I'm assuming my Proving Ground is going to get Wastelanded here. I'm okay with that. Into Ramanop, sure. That's just not that big of a deal. My deck just has a ton of basics in it. I might even cut Zeotor's Proving Ground actually after this game. Oh, that's what I was hoping to draw. Let's hit with Baleful Strix. I don't really want to trade for Ramanop. The Hull Breacher, I think, probably cuts off enough cards. What do we get? Delighted Halfling, Jiraga Tree Speaker. All right. I can't level up the Tree Speaker, but getting a Mana Dork and a 1/1 is still fine. And then the Fallen Shinobi still is a threat next turn. Do I want to play anything before attacking? I guess I can play Gonti off of this Delighted Halfling, which is kind of nice. So let's go Mindstone. Let's play Gonti. Okay. Subtlety. Gotcha. I'll put that on top, sure. Well, now I'm not attacking, given that they've got a blocker. Next turn, I might just run out Gonti again. I could also cast Thirst first. Any land lets me play Gonti at that point. But the only downside to casting Thirst in that spot is if I draw a land, I want to keep it to play Gonti, but if I draw a land, I kind of want to discard it to Thirst. That said, rather than doing nothing, I think it is better to do that. Also, I still have alternate plays. I'm just going to discard Skydiver, Mox Diamond. Keeping the Mox is barely like keeping a land anyway. So now Now I'm going to go Kaito, uncounterable. I think that's going to be pretty good. +1. Subtlety, can't attack or block. And definitely attack with the ninja. Don't attack with anything else. If I attack with Channeler and Draga Tree Speaker, this blocks Channeler. I could bounce Draga Tree Speaker to get another Kaito activation. I don't think I need to do that. Just chumping is fine here. And now I think we're pretty locked in terms of winning. Part of it is that having a Hull Breacher in play stops a lot of the explosive, like, I drew 3 card turns, you know. And now let's go plus subtlety, can't block. Let's play Gaunty. Oh, I guess I could level up Tree Speaker with my Zeotor's Proving Ground. Okay, are you going to scoop or are you going to show me more cards? All right. Blue-green. What's up with these sizes? All right. So I do kind of want to just take out the Proving Ground for another swamp. I have enough black and red sources that I don't really want to be exposed to wastelands early. Liliana the Veil doesn't seem fantastic. I do kind of like Scarab God in this sort of matchup, and Jite could also be good. Maybe I don't want Thieving Skydiver. And I like all the mana rocks. I think Damnation is going to be good. Maybe I take out Thirst, or maybe I just put in Jite and I don't put in the Scarab God. Actually, I'm kind of low on things to wear Jite. Let's see. I like Counterspell. I like when the dog doesn't jump on her dog bed. Finally got the dog all wrangled, and that's how she repays me. Julie, let's just lie down. What would it be without the dog soundtrack, though? You'd miss it. It's also possible that I want to just take out Breach LED. No, I don't think so. These games look like they're going to go kind of long. Given that, maybe I just don't play G10, I just play these. Green's usually pretty good at blowing up artifacts anyway. I guess Oko is pretty annoying. Oko, getting to Thoughtseize Oko was kind of nice. It's funny, I took Misty over Oko and I had no green fixing, and then I ended up with like 5 green fixing cards. All right, I'm going to keep this hand. It's not fantastic, but I think it's keepable. Oh, then I immediately play the wrong land. If I draw Counterspell, I'm going to be very, very annoyed. I don't want to play this yet because I'm not going to crack this to get Xander's Lounge anytime soon against Wasteland. There's just no real reason to. But I did want to lead on Island there. Turn 2 Talisman into Hex Drinker. Okay. No second land, though. So, Juju is now going to have to decide, do you go for the Hex Drinker level up, knowing I have Infernal Grasp in my deck? It's a good question. It's a good question. Do I have Infernal Grasp in hand? No. Does he know that? Also no. Okay, I'll take 2. I'm going to level it up end of turn. Or post-combat, rather. And that's also locking in the 2 without wasting mana, instead of going for 4 and maybe getting nothing out of it. If that's the play. I don't know that the play is even leveling up Hex Drinker versus just casting something else. Oh, or casting a Roffalos, huh? And then leveling up once, sure. Unfortunately, I don't have that. What I would love to find is Damnation. What I'm going to have to live with for now is bouncing the Roffalos. I don't think it really makes sense to let him untap with a dork that taps for at least 1 mana, and if he draws a forest, 2. Because now if he doesn't have a land, he can level up Hex Drinker, but he can't play Roffalos. And if that's the case, oh, it's funny because that wasn't a forest. Oh, channel? Oh, we're going to channel Hex Drinker? Okay. I mean, Damnation is still my out, I guess. I don't have a lot of time, but I have a little bit. Okay, it's got pro everything. You got it. Channel Hex Drinker is a good combo. Turn 2 Progenitus. It's a turn 2 6/6 Progenitus. And then here comes Rofellos, maybe. Oh, or something bigger, which... Oh, Wood Elves into Rofellos. That is good. I was hoping just to hit Rofellos, because now I'm probably going to want to Kaito the Wood Elves and then attack with Channeler and see what happens. Oh, never mind. We're just playing our whole hand. Okay. Well, that's going to make things a little tougher. All right. Oh, yeah, that was pretty good then. I don't really want to take a million more damage. Let's just go Damnation. Leaving him with Rofellos and nothing else in hand, or one other card rather in hand. Garrick, make a token. Okay, let's go Gonti to start with. See what we can find. Crucible of Worlds, okay. That's pretty weak. I'm going to run the risk of Wasteland here to play my tap land. It's fine. Now I really don't like it that Garrick could -1 sack a creature and get a creature with 6 mana out. That doesn't sound great to me. I'm going to have to take this nonetheless because I want to attack the Garrick next turn. And also Kaito with Gonti is a really nice combo. Actually, I shouldn't have played this, even though it's 2 life is the downside. That is my only red source. Not that Breach is going to be a card I'm casting anytime soon, but that could have just been playing these lands. It would have been better. All right. So now we're sacking that. I'm hoping this isn't something... Okay, so Primetime isn't ideal, but I am going to get to go... Probably not bounce the Gonti this turn, but I can +1 Kaito on Primetime. Oh, he's got Strip Mine also, and I drew a land. Alright, well. Primetime can't attack or block. Play an island. Attack Garrick the Veil Cursed. I'm gonna get waste stripped. Yep. Stack's pretty good. Strip Mine, Wasteland, Crucible, Ramanop. I'm hoping that I get a little bit of a break and just have one turn without something good getting cast. That would be really nice. And then next turn I could plus Kaito, attack with Gonti, hit with Gonti and bounce. I also did brick on the Gonti. Crucible is not really very useful here. The card I obviously want to draw most is Time Walk, though drawing a Spellseeker would also be nice. Oh, plays the Zagoth Triumph. Must need blue mana. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. No, I'm just dead. Yeah. Draw a card. I mean, there's just nothing I can do here. Okay. Don't really want Thieving Skydiver that much. Dark Confidant. Liliana the Veil in the play might make a little more sense. Just getting to kill the first mana dork, something along those lines. Hull Breacher still probably good. I like Grave Titan. I kind of wonder if I should just cut the, I guess against Strip Mine and Wasteland I could just cut the whole Breach combo, put in Liliana. Honestly, maybe I just put in Hypnotic Spectre as well. Or no, I want Jite. Maybe I put Jite and Spectre in. Then I take out Thirst for Discovery because I'm also less likely to be wanting to do that. I'll keep the one Xander's Lounge just because it makes my other fetches better. I think this is going to be better. These games are not going in a direction where it feels like setting up a breach plan is a very good one. Okay. Let's see if this works. Plus, Ancient Tomb, Umezawa's Jite. What do we got? I'm going to keep this hand. This hand sets up a lot of time walks. So here I do want to lead on Verdant, so he doesn't get to turn on Strip Mine me. I'm not going to get a Xander's Lounge, though. Okay. Oof, Tree Speaker. All right, need to draw removal ASAP here. I'm just going to get Swamp. All right, let me play Jace Fringe Prodigy. I can get Time Walk with Spellseeker, and then I can flash it back with Jace. So I've got some decent Time Walk outs this game. And let's see if I'll have enough time to do them. I would also really like to find Ether Channeler or Infernal Grasp. Like, okay, doesn't have other lands probably, but he's going to play some other mana dork here, unfortunately, is my assumption. So Counterspell's not going to be very good this game, because I'm just going to be tapping out a lot here, and against Strip Mine, it's kind of hard to manage that. He wouldn't have played another land unless he, or wouldn't have played Strip Mine unless he didn't have lands, unless he's got Ramanop or Crucible in hand and wants to set up Strip, Crucible, Strip next turn, which is very much a possibility. If that's the case, that's the case. I can't really do much. That's why I really wanted to be able to kill the Draga Tree Speaker. Well, I'm going to get a couple looks next turn. Explore. Okay. Does Zagoth Triumph? Sure. Let's just draw Misty. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to discard Gaunty then. Play Talisman. Play Misty. And now I can't get Strip Mined. Or rather, I have Counterspell up even through Strip Mine, which is pretty nice. So Counterspell actually did something this game. Gaunty is double black, and I would rather cast Scarab God than Gaunty, and I had to discard one of them. I'm not discarding Spellseeker, because if I don't get Strip Mine this turn somehow, my play ends up being... I'm going to get Strip Mine. But if I didn't, Spellseeker, Time Walk... Take my Time Walk turn, Jace, Time Walk again, cast something else, I don't know what, because I'm going to have plenty of cards in my graveyard to flip Jace here pretty soon. This was a sick start. Turn 1 Tree Speaker, turn 2 level it up, explore, play Zagoth Triumph and Strip Mine. Next turn, I mean, I think this Swamp is probably on its way out is my guess, but we'll see what transpires. It's funny, my deck is pretty resilient to Wasteland, or rather in the fact that I just don't have that many Wasteland targets, especially once I sided out Proving Ground and Stomping Ground. All the grounds are out. The Zoomers, they use the Magic Online clock to its fullest potential, let's just say. Let's see what play Jujubin comes up with at the end of all this, but this it's funny, the generation that grew up like playing just online, like, yeah, I've got 25 minutes of clock, you know, I get to use it however I see fit. Whereas like when you play Paper Magic, you can't really do that. It's just a different thing. It is operating within the rules of where you're playing. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do, but it is funny. It's a very different mindset. Okay, well, I'm going to counterspell basically anything that goes on the stack here. Yeah. Crucible included. Certainly don't want to get double strip mined. And Ancient Tomb would actually be kind of a sick draw, because I think I'm going to get strip mined here. And it would be nice to be able to Spellseeker Time Walk, though obviously just drawing Time Walk would also be nice. Still could go for that Ether Channeler. Oh, there's the Ancient Tomb. Okay. Let's just draw with Jace. It's both. I've got to discard Island here, yeah. And Spellseeker. Yes. Time Walk. Time Walk. Plus on Tree Speaker. Take my turn. Draw. Oh man, this is all coming up. All coming up me. Land. I'm gonna hit a Spellseeker. And let's just take another Time Walk here. And then I'm going to go Channeler and I'm going to bounce the Tree Speaker. And then I'm going to take my next turn. That I'm probably not going to use this turn because I'm just going to +1 and then cast Scarab God and hit. And then now this turn starts with you've got 3 mana in play and you're facing down a Scarab God. All right. Oh no. Oh, I thought that was a channel for a second. I thought it was just like, it was so fast. Okay. I kind of want a Gonti here in response because I really want to scry into a black source. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay. I hit channel. Talisman of blue-white. All right. Look at the cards. Ulamog channel. Yeah, I guess I just take Hex Drinker here. Taking any of the other ones doesn't really make sense. Scry 1. Put that in the bottom. Draw. Doesn't do much. +1 on Raphaelos. Yeah. And attack. I'm going to turn off audios. I want to play this Hex Drinker too. Okay. Play Hex Drinker and level it up. And then next turn, I mean, getting to Thoughtseize this turn would have been good, but I still think it was better to put a Gonti into play because I also get to Gonti then, so I got a spell to cast off that. Okay, so now you have 4/6 mana. What you got? Oh, Titania, probably. Get back Strip Mine. Oh, Bribery. Oh, you get back Grave Titan. I don't think that wins. Because now if I find any land, I win off of a Hex Drinker. But, I mean, it's obviously still fine. Because currently I get to level up Hex Drinker to 7. If I can level it up to 8, I'm going to attack for lethal because this is a zombie, so the Scarab God's going to get 1 point in. Ancient Tomb was amazing this game. There's a reason I slammed it. I mean, what else could you get besides Grave Titan? That's really it. Yeah. All right. You got yourself a Grave Titan. I get to scry looking for a land. Damnation. No, put that on the bottom. Okay, I didn't hit a land, unfortunately. I'm at 9. Guess I'll just take 1,000,000 damage. Thoughtseize you. Oko, Venser, Wood Elves. Take your Venser. I'm going to go 5. Jace. I'm going to bounce the Grave Titan back to me. +1 on a zombie. What happens if I attack with everything? You block those 2 and you go to 1. So you can block, sorry, you block 3 things. I'm at 5. I'm definitely attacking with those 2. And I guess I could attack with the Channeler and the Hex Drinker as well. Yeah. All right. Oof. Close match. That Ancient Tomb draw was clutch. And Time Walk? Time Walk's a good card. Pulled that one out. Alrighty. Time for round 2. Very close round 1 there against Juju. Round 2, I'm battling against Timrod on like Jeskai Twin. So some form of that. Definitely going to keep this hand. I get to go turn on Thoughtseize, Turn 2, I can go Talisman or Time Walk. I'll probably play the Talisman first, but we'll see what we're up against. Fracture Identity, Kiki, Talisman, Absent. All right, I'll take Fracture Identity. I mean, I gotta watch out for the Kiki Jiki, but Fractured is just such a big threat that, and this deck also just has like Gonti, Scarab God, Jace, Kaito type things. I really don't want to tap out and get Fractured. Speaking of which, let's just go Talisman so I can play turn 3 Jace. I mean, it depends. If he goes Unexpectedly Absent, I wouldn't get to Jace there, but now I do get to Jace, and I like that. I'm going to play the Jace and Brainstorm. And this is why I took the Fracture Identity. Draw 3. What am I doing next turn? I guess Mox Diamond's the card I care about least. And I'll put Time Walk on top as well. I'm about to get Absented is my guess. He's going to go... I mean, assuming he's got nothing, I assume you go Unexpectedly Absent on the Jace. You're not just going to let the Jace chill there, probably. Oh, I see. Sure. That's a way to do it as well. All right, so now I think, so my top card is Mox Diamond. If I cast Thirst and I draw a basic, I really like my position. If I don't, I can discard Mox plus something else. So I think I just do this. All right. I'm going to discard Mox Diamond, and I think Hull Breacher here or Gonti. Because I'm going to cast Time Walk this turn. Yeah, I think I discard Hull Breacher. Land, cast Time Walk, and then I'm hoping to draw a land next turn. Because if I draw a land, then I get to have a nice play here. Very much not a land. Let's see. He can't Kiki this turn, so I'm just going to play... No, I'm going to play Gonti. Yeah, I guess I'll play Gonti. I was really hoping to play one of these with Counterspell up, but I think just playing Gonti is probably good. I hit Mystical Tutor, 4th Eorlingus, Resto. Okay. I'm going to exile Resto. Resto with Gonti is nice. And I don't think I care about casting 4th Eorlingus, though maybe a downside to this is... Oh, wow, I didn't expect this. Okay. Unexpectedly Absent on Resto is unfortunate. Oh. Okay. I didn't expect that at all. Okay, I still would like to draw a land here. So his hand right now is Kiki Jiki Unexpectedly Absent. We know the exact last 2 cards. Very far from casting Kiki. Land would be really nice. I guess just watch out what you ask for, huh? I'm going to play the Kaito, I guess. +1 on the Worm Coil. And then I'm going to attack with Gonti. And if you take it, then I get to bounce Gonti and use Kaito again. Happy if you chump with Skyclave. The only downside of chumping with Skyclave is it makes my damnation worse. Okay. No? Yeah? Yeah? All right, yeah. Okay, and then I'll play the Proving Ground, pass the turn. Can't attack or block. Mountain, so still can't play Kiki, but I guess we're closer now. Draw. Oh, interesting. Oh, I think I've got a good play here. I'm going to +1 on the Worm Coil. I think it's more likely you name Pro Black here. Yes. All right. And then I go Ether Channeler, bounce the Worm Coil, because it's pro black. And then I get to hit and use Kaito again this turn. After hitting for 6, going to unexpectedly absent the Gonti for 1,000,000. Yeah, that's fine. Would I sack this to draw a card? Yes, I would. Yeah, because I really wanted to draw blue, so I can counterspell Wormcoil on the way back down if he draws the 6th land. If he doesn't draw the 6th land, then maybe I'll counter whatever spell he plays, but unexpectedly absent is gone. So the other advantage I get out of doing this is I get to go end of turn resto that I Gontied, bounce the Ether Channeler, and I think just draw a card. Well, oh, Swordsing the Channeler, sure. Draw. Let's draw. I mean, obviously, if I ever draw a good piece of action, then we're in great shape here. I'm not going to return this to his hand to get another activation. No. And play a land and say go. Hand is currently Wormcoil, Kiki Jiki. Okay, in comes Wormcoil. I'm going to counterspell that. And I'm getting to hit with Resto and drawing 2 cards a turn. Kaito is going to take a little hit here, though. I'm okay with that. Okay, draw a card. Wow, that was a lot of lands. All right, let's cycle this. Okay, JVP the MVP. Now, that basically threatens lethal next turn, because if I get to untap with Jace, I get to cast Time Walk with Kaito in play, which I assume is going to end the game pretty effectively. Last card is Kiki that you can't cast. Yeah, that ought to do it. That ought to do it. I mean, it's not literally lethal, but it's actually very close. Okay, now it's literally lethal. Time Walk. This Jace pick has paid off so far. I mean, there's a reason I slammed Jace, right? Okay. Is this a Dark Confidant matchup? Maybe. It doesn't really seem like a Scarab God matchup. It does seem like an Abrade matchup against a Tinker deck, also a Kiki combo deck. I don't like Damnation that much. It's not even that good against Wormcoil. It's good against Mother Runes. That's like the only thing. I do like having the Breach combo here because these games could go long. Don't want to cut anything for like Impulse or Dark Confidant or Liliana of the Veil. Not off the top of my head. I think we're doing pretty good. All right. Let's see. Time Walk has performed as I expected. I mean, when you first pick a Time Walk and get to build your deck around it, it just goes so hard. Like, I didn't even go like, max here with like Eternal Witness and Regrowth and stuff, but having like Jace Vryn's Prodigy, having Planeswalkers, I haven't gotten to Breach yet, but even just like the Jace or the Planeswalker stuff, getting to take a Spellseeker aggressively, that Ancient Tomb even like kind of lined up where, I don't know, it all kind of works together nicely and you get to maximize a card that's already really good. The floor on Time Walk is so high. It's obviously a busted card. There's a reason it's part of the Power 9. And then when you get to even to build around it and maximize it, that's part of the reason I think Time Walk is better than like all the Moxes, for example. Like, I think the conventional wisdom has a little like, well, Time Walk's just like an Explorer for 0 mana or whatever. It just lets you get another land drop. But when you maximize it, when you build around it, it's like it untaps 5 or 6 lands, or you take 2 turns in a row, you get a bunch of attacks and Planeswalker activations. Like, obviously the ceiling is like super high, and it's not that hard to build a deck such that you get to take advantage of it. So I have obviously liked first pick and time walk. I'll do it every time I can. All right, my team is doing okay. Hank's 0-2, Abram's 1-0, Kenji's 1-0, I'm 1-0. All right. That's not so bad at all. And as soon as Tim gets back and keeps the opener, we can see what we're up to here. But I do like this deck. Would have killed for an Underground Sea, but the funny thing is, as it turns out, playing against Wasteland, like a Turbo Wasteland deck in round 1, that wasn't even necessarily bad, that I wasn't relying on that so much. I do wish I had taken Oko over Misty. I'm not saying I should have taken Oko over Misty, but the way my deck ended up, after the Misty, I got past Verdant, Stomping Ground, and it just ended up like I had way too many green sources to pass up on Oko. In retrospect, not or like afterwards, not at the time. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. It's not the best hand, but look, I've got a double blue card. That part's not ideal, but I have Stomping Ground to cast a Braid, and if I draw a single blue, I have a turn 3 Kaito off this Mind Stone. Plus, Mind Stone can cycle in the worst case scenario. This is definitely a keepable hand. One island makes this hand good. I don't even really want to draw 2 islands in a row, but certainly I would take the first one. And if I draw 2, I'll have Counterspell up, and that's obviously fine too. And then, yeah, I'll go from there. Start trading cards. Playing against this is the kind of deck I have is, I generally do like playing against like the Kiki style decks, because I just have some counters, not a lot. I guess I just have Counterspell. Is that the only literal counter I have? I have Counterspell, but I also have Infernal Grasp. Now I have a Braid. I have Thoughtseize. Like, having a little disruption goes a long way against those decks. And, like, look at last game. I Thoughtseize Fractured, leaving Kiki in hand. He never drew a card that comboed with Kiki, much less the third red. And Kiki was just a mulligan that game, straight up mulligan. But I also knew about it. So had he been in a position to try and Kiki, I might have been able to play around it. Okay, he kept 7 after thinking for a little bit off that. And then here, I'm going to lead with a tapped Stomping Ground is my only thing. Oh, imagine if I draw Mox Diamond, by the way. Turn 1 Mind Stone, turn 2 Kaito. That would be pretty decent. Yeah, this deck's pretty nice. Another thing that Time Walk's really nice with is Thief of Sanity. So basically, like, things that have an effect every turn, which creatures naturally do, but, Time Walk creatures fine. But, like, things like Thief of Sanity with on-hit trigger, Kaito and Jace as Planeswalkers. Obviously, Fallen Shinobi. If you're Time Walking with that and play, you're going to win. But Jace Vryn's Prodigy, of course. Like, there's just a lot of different things that combo nicely. Turn 1 Mother of Runes is a little annoying. I don't have a good way to get rid of that. And I don't think I'm going to be getting attacked on turn 2 here. Okay. So the question here is... Oh. I am getting attacked, okay. Let's see what I'm drawing. Thoughtseize. I'm going to Thoughtseize here. Fractured Identity, Resto, and lands. I just take Resto now. It makes the Kiki worse. You could also just slam Resto this turn, which would be bad for me. Also doesn't have blue for Fractured Identity. And ideally, I can set up a time when... that's a really unfortunate draw, actually, because now it's also not attacking with the Mother of Runes this turn, so I don't even get to a Braid. Okay, there's a blue Talisman. That's kind of nice. I'm just deciding. He's got 2 cards in hand. Plains Fractured Identity. I think I just pass... No, actually, I'm going to play Mind Stone. Because I'm not casting Abrade this turn. I don't need to Abrade the Talisman, and I'm not gonna like get attacked by Mother of Runes at this point. I don't know why I attacked the first time. I guess he thought I was casting Thoughtseize that turn, which is true. Xander's Lounge. I'm just gonna sack this to draw a card, I think. Oh, okay. Well, that is actually pretty enticing. So let's just pass now. And then I'm gonna steal the Talisman here. I might be able to set up a turn where I go Kaito +1 on the Guardian, uses Mother of Runes, and then I kill the Mother of Runes or something along those lines. I don't know, I'm at 11. Okay, blue, 2. Skydiver this. Ooh, didn't even tap it. I like it. All right, so now hoping that he doesn't draw blue or action, or just draws like a couple blue cards in a row. I don't think he's playing very many blue cards. I think he's mostly white-red. No, you drew a blue Talisman. Interesting. We're just abrading this now. I would have loved to steal the blue Talisman, but I'm going to abrade it so you can't cast your Fractured Identity here. Okay, I'm going to take it. Although maybe I should have actually not abraded it, because I could have Kaito returned. Huh, yeah, no, that's actually kind of interesting. Because I could have returned Skydiver to take it. What am I doing here? I could force a tap on that. That doesn't really seem very good. Let's just draw a card. Baleful Strix, not bad. Let's attack. I'm going to bounce this so I can use Kaito again. Let's play Baleful Strix first. I got a 7. See if we draw anything interesting. Oh, interesting. That is actually not terrible. +1 on the Guardian. It's gonna Mother of Runes it. And that's fine. Play this, discard the Swamp. I'm just gonna cast this because it might get another Kaito activation next turn. All right, I need him to not draw blue this turn, but I feel pretty good if that's the case. Because now, if Guardian attacks, I can block with Baleful Strix and then use Kaito. Yeah, I guess I have a lot of things. Oh, there we go. That is probably game. Sits up in the chair immediately. All right, let's just draw a card first. All right, Spellseeker. We're gonna get Time Walk here, and we have Underworld Breach. I mean, this isn't literally game over, I don't think, but I feel like we're in pretty good shape. Because what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna Spellseeker for Time Walk. +1 Kaito on the Guardian. It forces a Mother of the Runes tap. Mother of the Runes. Why did I say it like that? Then I say, go, take my Time Walk turn. Mother of Runes is tapped now. Then I get to go Kaito again on the Guardian, attack with my creatures, bounce 1 to Kaito. Okay. Oh, I already used Kaito to draw a card, so this actually works fine either way. I get another turn after this, so I'm actually gonna attack with these two. It's gonna block Baleful Strix, or okay, so he blocks that, takes 1. I get to return this to use Kaito again. At this point, plussing is until your next turn. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to go down to 6 here. I'm going to cast Baleful Strix. And then I'm going to make a drone, I think. Play my land. Take my Time Walk turn. start by using Kaito on the Guardian. Okay, Mother Runes will protect it, giving it pro black again. So now I have this Ether Channeler. Do I want to use that? Could bounce the Spell Seeker and get Infernal Grasp. I mean, that is an option. It's pro black. Could also attack with the drone. I mean, right now, if I cast Time Walk, I won't have... I guess I don't mind a creature dying, so I can cast 2 Time Walks. So given that, do I want to throw Baleful Strix away? I think I kind of do. Yeah. This looks fine to me. Attack you. And yep. That's like the pretty much natural block. Oh, blocking Spellseeker. Okay. I mean, that actually makes a ton of sense, too. You don't want me Spellseekering again. I will return Baleful Strix, though. Now I'm going to go Underworld Breach. Cast Time Walk. Exile Thoughtseize Mindstone Swamp. Cast Time Walk. Exile these 3. So I have 2 turns lined up. I'll make another drone. And then I'm going to play the Channeler, go down to 5 here. So I could actually bounce the Underworld Breach, but I don't think so. I don't think I need to do that. I'm just going to make a bird, because now I 2 turns in a row, I plus Kaito, attack for 7, attack for 7. Time Walk does it again. All right. Nice little 2-0 start. Get some good momentum here, and we're looking good for this draft. Let's get to round 3. Alrighty, time for round 3. Our backs against the wall here. My teammates are 0-2, 0-3, and 1-0. I'm 2-0, so we're 3-5. Still could definitely win this draft, but it starts by winning all our matches. Wow, this hand's pretty great. Playing against Will, X-Whale, who is playing Black-White Disruption with like Urza's Saga and Monk's Jet. I'm going to go ahead and go turn 1, Crack Misty for Xander's Lounge. Turn 2, probably play a Talisman or Mindstone here. And set up turn 3, some combo of these cards, including a Time Walk off Spellseeker, or, I don't know, Channeler for some value. Who knows? Hopefully our opponent does not have a Mox Opener. Thraben Inspector. Alright, that's a good one, but let's get Xander's Lounge. Oh, Kaito. And I don't mind a Kaito. I'll probably still want a Thoughtseize before, but this is the Kaito I got 15th pick, and it's just been awesome. It's so good in the blue-black decks where you can bounce your own creatures for good value. Alright, land would be nice here. Let's just go Thoughtseize first. You're not going to crack Clue in response. Oh, you have Reprieve. I'm definitely taking the Reprieve, because your hand is 3-drop, 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 5-drop, and a Relic. Okay. Because otherwise my next play gets Reprieved. And let's just go Ether Channeler, draw a card, I think. Because I still don't have a land drop here. So I would like to make it more likely I set that up. And if Will doesn't have a land here, which he probably will. If he doesn't have a land here, this is going to look pretty good. If he does, he's going to get to Elite Spellbinder, the Kaito. The funny thing about that, though, is Elite Spellbinder is actually kind of bad against Lion's Eye Diamond, because I can empty my hand and then cast Kaito using Lion's Eye Diamond because it's exiled, which is a nice little combo. He could also play Palantir of Orthanc and try to get that going, which isn't a crazy play either. The Raven Inspector putting in the work here, getting you your 3rd land drop. Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably... Oh, he's going to play the Palantir. All right. He doesn't attack. Huh. Well, I mean, that makes sense. Trading 1 for 2. All right, well, I'm not going to let them draw a card. You can mill 1 if you want. No. I took 2 off a Demonic Tutor. Oh, Whole Breacher. That is really nice. So let's just go Mind Stone, Lion's Eye Diamond, pass the turn. I don't really think there's a reason to trade. And now he's going to play Elite Spellbinder, and is most likely. In response, I'm going to cast Hull Breacher, and then end of turn with the Palantir. Yeah, you can draw a card, except I'm just going to get a treasure instead. And then I'm going to set up Kaito Time Walk of some kind. Okay, I like it. Hull Breacher is a nice one. Seems hard for Will to dodge this trap, because once you have a Palantir going, you really do want a Spellbinder, especially I just played a Lion's Eye Diamond. Clearly I've got something suspicious going on over here. Like, how do you resist that? And then I still am going to want a Time Walk with Kaito in play if I can. So we'll see what the next turn kind of holds. But Kaito +1 on your Elite Spellbinder, attack with Hull Breacher seems like a pretty good play here. I mean, maybe he plays the Lingering Souls, but this was, I think, a greedy play. I understand the temptation to play Palantir before playing Spellbinder, but as it worked out, he didn't end up adding to the board much, and it's kind of like you spent your turn 3 not only doing nothing, because of the Hull Breacher is actually going to be a downside, but even if I didn't have Hull Breacher, it takes a turn or 2 for this thing to spin up. I guess if you're worried about missing land drops, you would do that. But still. All right. Okay. I mean, you could take Spellseeker. I assume you're going to take Kaito here. Yep. And goes Kaito. Guess you play Relic now. Oh, Relic means I'm probably going to have to board out the Underworld Breach. No attacks. Scry 2. I'm still going to get value out of this Lion's Eye Diamond thanks to the Elite Spellbinder interaction. There's like a pretty good chance that I play Kaito using the Lion's Eye Diamond next turn, but it is funny that even Lion's Eye is going to have some value here. The card is powerful. Even with the biggest drawback they could imagine. It's a Black Lotus, but you have to discard your hand. It turns out it's just a busted card still. Oh yeah, you can draw a card. Go for it. All right, so I drew the land. So I could just play Kaito and not use the Lion's Eye Diamond. Where is my Kaito? There it is. Hidden. Kaito +1. And just leave Lion's Eye in play, which I'll still get to use if I like Spellseeker if I want. Yeah, that's just probably fine. So let's cast this for 6 mana. +1 it. Your Spellbinder can't attack or block. Actually, I'm going to attack with both because I'll trade the Channeler for the Thraben. And then I'm going to decline to return the whole. The reason I wanted to do that is it sets up Spellseeker attacking past Thraben Inspector here. I guess the downside is you can from the Catacombs. Oh, that was actually, I think, a mistake. So now I exiled the Channeler that I didn't want to get Catacombsed. All right, Lingering Souls, sure. Flashback Lingering Souls, sure. Okay. You can do your Scryan. Scry me a river over here. I mean, I guess if you're going to use Relic, you're going to use Relic. It's fine. But I was kind of worried that the Channeler in the graveyard meant that you could do this. Yeah, you can draw a card. I'm getting a lot of mana out of this deal. Oh. That's interesting. If there's a way to return this to my hand... There's no way that's getting through unblocked, though. I still think I might Damnation. Let's see. If I cast Damnation, that's 4. I could use the Lion's Eye to cast Time Walk. And then I could Kaito, and then I can really just go off with Kaito. All right, I guess that's probably worth it. Do I attack with Hull Breacher first? Yeah, whatever, I'm not gonna waste the time. Okay, cast Spellseeker. And sack this for blue. Okay, Spellseeker. Yes. Time Walk. Time Walk. Do I make a drone? I think I do. And then take my Time Walk turn, and then now I can attack and bounce Spellseeker and get a counterspell. Let's draw a card first. Draw. Attack for 3, bounce Spellseeker. Draw. It's a lot of bricks. Let's draw again, because I kind of want to find, if I find Breach this turn. Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna get a chance to do some good breaching, but I guess I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pick up Counterspell. I'm gonna pass the turn. So I just drew 4 land in a row. Well, 3 land in a Mox Diamond. Not ideal, not ideal. It also means Underworld Breach is now a dead draw instead of being game over. But I still have 2 creatures in play, a Kaito and a Counterspell up for Will's first play. It's not even clear if you can cast from the Catacombs here, given that there's no second black. I have to assume this Relic's going to get cracked, which doesn't mean Breach is like literally going to do nothing, but it's probably not going to do anything this game. No plays. He does get to draw a card end of turn. I'm not putting 4 cards in his graveyard and taking that much damage. There's just no reason to do that. Scarab God would be a good draw. Or no, I sided that in. Gonti would be a good draw. Jace, Fallen Shinobi. Yeah, you can draw a card. That's fine. Okay. Okay, 5 land. 6 land. Cool. Alright, I'll attack. Containment Priest. So what happens there? You block the Spellseeker, but it also turns off the From the Catacombs. I'll just counter it. I do get to draw another card this turn, thanks to Kaito getting used again. Pop Relic, yep. Okay. Do you have a removal spell for the Spellseeker, I guess, is the question. It looks like you do. A Path. Okay. Or not. All right. Oh, no. Looks like it is. All right, there's a Path. Yeah. Get a Swamp, I guess. Hit. I'm going to bounce this because I need to draw something off this Kaito. This is incredible. I think I've drawn like 7 land, literally 7 land in a row, or 6 land in a Mox Diamond in a row or something. Maybe a 7th. I don't know. This game did not seem losable, but well, here I am. All right, sure. Okay, you get to Palantir. Now, I don't know if I can win this game. I mean, it's not a 0%er clearly, but I don't think it's looking very good. I do have a lot of mana, so if I draw like a Jace or something, then I can immediately use a ton of mana. Thirst or Discovery would also be good. Yeah, you can draw a card. I can't, at this point, can't let him mill 5 and you take a million. All right, well, that's a start. Let's cast Thirst. Discard a basic. Cast Baleful Strix. I still want to keep the mana out for Grave Titan. There's the Breach. I'm at 15 out of 10. I'm just going to draw. Okay, Thief of Sanity. So let's go Swamp, Mox, discard Stomping Ground, play Thief of Sanity, and then pass the turn here. And unfortunately, I can't even deck him with this thing, so it's not too bad. All right, it's this Palace Jailer coming in, probably a Kaito. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill it with Infernal Grasp, and we'll see if at the very least I could breach and replay like Infernal Grasp or something like that. So you can also cast from the Catacombs, but that I think I can beat. Maybe get a Thief of Sanity hit in. Baleful Strix getting bounced to Kaito could be something, but okay, this is just not looking good. It was basically the like 3 turns in a row where between Kaitos and draw steps, it was all land. I needed to have played like a card then that did something. Instead, I just did nothing, and that was unfortunate. Like I can't imagine I'm winning here. Sure. That is actually not as big of a deal as you might think, given the situation. And vindicate my Thief of Sanity. That's a shame. That one I did want. I kind of feel like I'm going to need to put in Scarab God here. Just the way these games are going. And I probably want to cut Breach. Yeah, draw. Is it 9? Let's attack with the Baleful Strix first. I get the Monarch. I guess I have to also worry about myself getting decked, funnily enough. All right, I need to find a Grave Titan very quickly. Oh, interesting. +1, -2. Play this with kicker of 3. Yeah, I mean, I am actually at risk of decking, but I kind of have to do this. Draw. There's the Grave Titan. Bottom, put on top. I mean, he could mill me out, except he would just die to the trigger. So, all right, I have 5 cards left. Fallen Shinobi is a potential way to win. We'll see. I don't feel great about this, but okay, I actually don't mind Palace Jailer taking back the Monarchy that much, because he's now at 6 thanks to the drone leaving play. I'm going to get to Kaito. Fallen Shinobi means I'm going to do 5. Yeah, we're on decking mode here. Okay, we can search for the Undercity, get a land, sure. Adeline. I think we're very close to winning here. Let's see. I have 4 cards in deck. I am going to get to... Hold on. This puts him to 6. This puts him to 1. Return Fallen Shinobi. End of turn, I'm going to draw 1. I'm going to draw 2. I'm going to draw that's 3. Okay, so let's go +1. Grief can't block. Who do I not want to block? I guess I don't want Grief to block. All right. Attack with these two. I'm going to get the initiative as well. Okay, block. This ended up being a weird game. All right, Fallen Shinobi, bounce this. You take 7. Let's put these on the stack, sure. Okay, I am going to return the Fallen Shinobi. So I become the Monarch. This draws. Oh, there it goes. That is lethal. All right. No, I don't want the land. Bounce Fallen Shinobi. Fallen Shinobi you. Hit 2 lands, sure. Ooh, -2, make a drone. Jace. Bounce the drone. Oh, that was a sick win. That was awesome. Umezawa's Jite, Scarab God are the kind of cards I like here. Maybe Liliana, a Braid. I don't mind splashing the red still. I just don't really want Underworld Breach against a deck that has Relic and discard. A Braid to kill the Palantir, I think. And I kind of want Jite and kind of want Scarab God as well. Hull Breacher seemed good. Damnation, I think I'd rather have Jite than Damnation against Lingering Souls, basically. Also, Hypnotic Spectre could be kind of decent here. Just gets blocked by Lingering Souls, I guess. Maybe I want Retrofitter Foundry, actually. That's a good way to power the Jite. And what do I cut, though? Everything else seems pretty good. I still think the Skydiver's probably fine. Maybe because I have the Skydiver, I don't need a Braid. Because if I take out a Braid, I can just take out these 2 lands and then put in good lands and not have mana issues. It's kind of tempting. All right. Looks pretty good. Didn't think I was winning that game, but Fallen Shinobi just as a extra damage dealer was nice. Oh, this hand's pretty decent. This is the kind of hand where Ancient Tomb would really pop off. Okay, land go. Eternal Retrofitter is nice. That Retrofitter smooths out your curve pretty nicely, where like if you ever don't have something to do, Retrofitter gives you something you can do. Oh, no plays on turn 2? That's so good for this hand, because this hand is good, but it's a little bit clunky. Him starting on a slow hand is exactly what I want to see. Make a servo. Draw. Counterspell, huh? Okay. Let's just pass. Drawing Counterspell was a pretty big game. I'm just gonna sack this to make a Thopter. I guess I could have attacked. It's kind of marginal. Does he block? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's why I wanted to leave this up. Because look, the curve now is you get to do that. Get to sack this. I've used up all my mana every turn. I'm not going to block here because next turn I'm going to make a thing. Land. Kaito draw card? Yeah, I think so. Draw a card. Because what I'm trying to set up is draw my 5th land so I can go Spellseeker. I'm not going to do it this. Spellseeker and Time Walk. And then we'll see. Palace Jailer. Oh, that's okay. That's a lot less bad than it could be. Because now I get to make a 4/4. Was that... that seemed like a bit of a dubious play given the given the way Retrofitter Foundry works. All right. I mean, oh, Snuff Out. Okay. Snuff Out makes sense. Land would be really good still. How all in do I want to be on drawing a land? I'm willing to be kind of all in on drawing a land. Yeah. Yes, time walk, untap. Now I go +1. Your Palace Jailer can't attack or block. Attack, become the monarch. I will bounce this. I can use it again. Let's see, what do I want to do though? I think I want to go Jace, so I guess I might as well Mindstone first. Because then I can go Jace, bounce a spirit, +1 a spirit, and then now I'm the monarch and none of his creatures can attack. And I have 2 planeswalkers in play. Okay, Lingering Souls. It's going to be a battle. But I'm feeling pretty good about this. I mean, I might end up giving the monarchy back here. I'm not opposed to that. Let's draw 3 cards actually. Okay. Spellseeker's not actually doing too much for me, so let's do it like this. It's +1. How much I've 7 mana, so I can play Thief and Hullbreacher. You know, it's +1 on a spirit token. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna play Grave Titan. I think that getting my Jace killed but keeping the monarchy is fine. Losing the monarchy but keeping Jace is fine. Even if Grave Titan gets killed, obviously I end up with some zombies, and then I'm getting pretty close to going Scarab God, bring back Grave Titan. And I also have I have a million blue-black cards in my hand. I also have, at some point, Jace as a draw. Okay. Or not, yeah, other Jace, little Jace. All right, Jace down, Jace down. That's acceptable. Are we getting my Grave Titan killed? Damn on the Grave Titan. Okay, I guess I'm glad I didn't go completely all in, because the Wrath would have been annoying. Draw Spellseeker. +1 on Palace Jailer. Attack with the zombies. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Fallen Shinobi. Feels like if he doesn't have Path, this is pretty awesome. Alright. We have Kaito. I'm not going to return a thing. Fallen Shinobi you into Palantir and Plains. Alright. Palantir. Oh, Reprieve. Sure. Cool. I mean, I guess it's probably better to play Plains. And play Plains and pass the turn. And so I'm going to draw off that. I guess I'll discard an island. And I'm going to let him take back the monarchy here and maybe play Palantir. And then I get to go Hullbreacher and get 2 treasures end of turn, which is disgusting. So Palace Jailer can't attack. You also need to leave some Fallen Shinobi blockers back. Oh, you're just not interested in even attacking with 1 spirit to take the monarchy. Oh, oops, I clicked through it. Yeah, that was dumb. I was too busy talking. I think I'll be okay though. Palace Jailer can't block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so now I have enough mana to raise dead on the Grave Titan here. Okay, no. I mean, yeah, this game seems incredibly over. Pass the turn. Draw a card end of turn. Don't even really need this Thoughtseize. And that'll do it. 3-0. We're getting the best of all worlds here. The 3-0 ship, because unfortunately our team lost. Where did we go? What was our deck? Time Walk. Walk Breach. Here we go. Oop. No, that's a different Walk Breach. Oh, well, we can see our deck here. In any case, we got to get one good Underworld Breach game that had the possibilities for others and just do so many shenanigans with Kaito Dancing Shadow. Like, you can't look at this match and these drafts, or these games in this draft, and say Kaito was not a good card. It was 15th pick, and it did so much good stuff. Fallen Shinobi is also great in this deck, and I really like the blue-black tempo decks, so this deck was a lot of fun. My team didn't win, but you know what? I 3-0'd. I'll take the moral victory. As always, I appreciate you hanging out and watching me draft. This was a really fun one, and Time Walk went a long way, as it usually does. Take a walk on the wild side. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. Let's see if we can open even better. Hard to do that, but we'll try anyway.